Okay, we're going to try some quadratic theory, and here we go. It says you're given a quadratic equation has this thing called delta. Now that's the discriminant. That's the part that's in the square root of the quadratic equation. And you have to know that what creates rational roots, we did it in this investigation, what creates it is something that'll make a perfect square. So if delta was a perfect square, like 4 or 9 or 16, then it would work. So is there a value of k that I can see right away? Well, gee, I'm thinking if k is 1, it might work, because that would make it a perfect square. No, it wouldn't, because 4 plus 4 times 1 is 8. That's not a perfect square. But k is 3. That'd be 4 times 3. That's 12 plus 4. That's 16 is a perfect square. And that's why k is 3 as the answer is a perfect square. Maybe there's some other value of k that would make it work, but k equals 3 makes it work. You could try 1, 2, and then, hey, it works. It makes it a perfect square. The square root of 16 is 4. And that's what will make the roots rational. Now here, this question said, determine the values of k for which the equation has non-real roots. Well, that means the discriminant has to be less than or equal, no, less than 0, not equal to 0, because non-real, we want the square root of a negative number. So delta has to be less than or equal, has to be less than 0. But anyways, there's delta. It's b squared minus 4a times c, which is, 4a, which is 1, times c, which is k plus 2, 4ac. b squared minus 4ac. Well, the whole thing is that delta has to be less than 0. That's what makes non-real roots. Well, negative 2k squared is 4k squared. That's minus 4k minus 8. You can factor out that 4 or divide both sides by 4. You get k squared minus k minus 2. You can factor that. You get k minus 2, k plus 1. Yeah, because minus 2 times 1 is minus 2. And minus 2k and plus 1k, that gives you minus k. So there are two values here. There are two values that would make it equal to 0. That's 2 or minus 1. But which part's going to be negative? It's going to make it less than 0. Well, that's in between 2 and minus 1. Those are the values of k, and you could try it. If you pick 0 and put it in here, it's negative. It works. Anything in between will make it negative. Anything to the right of 2 or the left of negative 1 will make it positive. So when is it less than 0? In between the values of 2 and minus 1. You can experiment with values. You could think of this as a parabola, and it's the negative part. It dips below the x-intercepts. You could think about it that way, but that's your answer for sure. In between 2 and minus 1. And there you go. All done.